Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kamloops Community College. Again, if you're joining us after the Wing Luke Museum Social Studies Hour a little bit ago, tonight we dive into the ever-important home haircut. And I'm joined here in the penthouse of Kamloops Restaurant with a bunch of friends, some of the staff that we've been bubbling with, and we brought in an expert because, let's be honest, I'm 7 home haircuts in, and I kind of feel like I've been on my own Z's for a little too long, and it's showing. So with me tonight is Jesse Taylor. Jesse is the Director of Education, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
At Rudy's Barbershop.
That's right.
If you have been living under a hair-cutting rock and don't know Rudy's, they are historically and culturally so important to this town. They've been part of the Seattle haircutting scene since 1993, and we're so honored to have you here. And thank God that you're here, because none of us really know what we're doing.
That's okay. That's why I'm here.
And we're all going to give it the college effort tonight. Is that right? So can I introduce the whole crew here? Next to me is
myself.
Oh, you could introduce yourself. Sure. This is. Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
This is my big debut at community college.
Yeah. Oh, you got you're sporting the gear tonight?
I'm representing the merch that is sold out.
No, it's
these are
available tomorrow.
These are available tomorrow, and there's a couple t-shirts coming out, which is fun.
Yeah.
I'm Brian Canless. I'm Mark's brother. I'm excited to be here. This is my wife, Mackenzie, who'll be cutting my hair tonight.
Also co-host of Aerobics After 8. Is that true?
And tomorrow morning, the host of Birdwatching.
Important roles there.
Serious professor at the college.
Busy lady.
And I also want to say, we realize that the vice presidential debates are going on right now.
That's true.
And there is no shame in turning this off immediately and watching that.
No shame.
Because
no shame in co-watching.
Country needs a really good vice president, and so.
If you're still not sure who to vote for, definitely watch the debates over home haircutting. However, if you're sort of like at a place where you're just, let's cut some hair and move on, then we welcome you. I want to welcome Elisha and Amanda here. So these two ladies have been running Kamloops Community College behind the scenes, to include our fine dining restaurant that we shut down a little bit ago, in lieu of doing something a little more creative in these unusual times. So thank you. Yeah. It's so cool to have you guys with us.
So you're going to cut your own hair.
So I'm representing the own haircut dilemma yes, for those
I'm
of us.
representing the male haircut as cut by a trusted person.
Yes.
Who doesn't know what she's doing.
You have no idea. You cut my hair once during COVID and it went very poorly.
Brian actually came in the next day, and is it true that there was some marital tension around the haircut?
Yeah, there was.
Can we
some
go?
marital
Is it too soon?
Well, the tension was she did it and then I tried to fix it because I could do it better, and I made it way worse.
You mansplained your own
I
haircut.
mansplained my own hair!
Wow! Do that.
And then she was like, you're done, I'm
Jesse
out.
knows.
Yeah.
I
Just
watched
accept
him
it.
do it too.
Yeah.
And Elisha, have you ever had your hair cut by Amanda? What's
No.
the story here?
No, we just volunteered, and I
We're
said
here.
I would do it because she definitely didn't want me cutting her hair.
So Amanda, you've cut a hair or two.
Of my own. It didn't go well, but they say not somebody else's head, so good luck, Alicia. This is going to be great.
So if you're feeling alone in this moment, you're not, because in particular, we put home haircut with Rudy's early on in the syllabus of Kamloops Community College, just to put it all on the line, because we're going to be doing live streams for the next 7 weeks.
Oh, I never thought of that.
And we're going to be doing whatever happens.
It's like a
next.
streak in my hair.
Can we dive into So here's what we want
do
you to
it.
do at home. We want you to grab whatever beverage that you would typically cut hair with. We've all got one here.
Yeah.
We want you to grab any equipment that you would have at home. Obviously, that's where you are. We've all brought our own home hair cutting equipment in. And we also have sort of improvised. So just so you know what's happening here at the Kamloops Studios, which used to be a dining room, we have sheets on the ground to keep the hair up. I would recommend cutting hair in a shower or bathtub, or put a sheet on the ground.
Actually, sheets are great.
Sheets work.
Yeah,
If you
it's
can-
easy. Or on carpet where you can vacuum, or somewhere where you can sweep up. It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter. You're going to have a cleanup regardless.
Okay, cool.
So I think that's first and foremost. I think having something to cover yourself, whether it be a trash bag or you know, some other linens or a poncho.
Tablecloth.
I think-
Yeah,
crab shack
not
poncho.
everyone has the fancy barber
We don't
That's
have
right.
fancy
things,
barber
and we don't have them.
No.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna use what we found around the restaurant.
Right. So
I have
if
a
if-
crab shack. I have a crab shack poncho that I'll
Yeah,
be
I
using,
feel
and
like
I'm gonna put the hood inside so
Yeah.
my neck is exposed.
And then you guys going with how you
We're
go.
gonna
Tablecloth, basically.
Cool. And then why don't we just do this right now? I feel like
your
we should
opposites.
probably
All right.
we should probably go there.
Once whoever gets dressed up first and ready to go, let's have a quick little talk through consultation of what we're doing, so I can start directing you.
Is that an 85?
It's a 72.
It's a 72.
We have smaller linens here at the restaurant, but
You look like a ghost
smallest
for Halloween.
You sure that's not a 120? This is a
All right.
120.
Okay.
You guys look ready.
We're yeah.
Okay.
Fishing over
So,
there.
so with your tools, what is it that we're working with today? Okay.
Yeah.
We got some. Are these Tiffany?
Yes.
Those are
Yeah,
so
exactly.
pretty. I didn't know
That's for
Tiffany
a
made
toddler.
clippers. Okay.
We've got a big comb. We have thinning shears.
Thinning shears. Yep.
And
Some real scissors.
some real scissors.
And what is this thing that you have here?
Oh, you know, it just helps make the haircut easier.
Okay, it's a big comb.
Yeah.
Massive comb.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with.
This you bought this on Amazon for how
got
much?
any more of these?
It's supposed to be good for little kids because it's quieter, so it doesn't scare them.
Oh, okay. Well, let's find out what is it that you guys are hoping to do today.
Not
Just like
screw it up.
like a tapered cut
Okay.
that looks clean
Okay.
and
Intentional.
intentional.
Intentional. Okay.
And I like to not spend time on my hair. So
Okay.
in the morning, I take a shower. I want to put one little dauble of something and then go like this and walk out the
Walk
door.
out the door. Okay.
You're gonna attest to this.
Yeah, but he's got this funny kind of comb over thing happening.
For a while.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll worry about the top. Let's focus on the sides.
Okay.
So let's break this down in like the top we leave alone, the sides we focus on first. So
Yeah.
I'd find your longest guard.
I think
That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe this is it. I'll let you put it together.
Okay.
And all you're gonna do is you're gonna take the longest guard and you're gonna go from temple all the way around his head. Go all the way.
Do I curve like that?
Yep, all the way down. Because you don't wanna go too high, you're gonna cut into his crown. He's gonna look like he's been dropped on the
And
top
I
of
go
his head.
This way.
You go straight up and rock out. Straight up and rock out.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This looks
right.
great. That is awesome.
Prepare.
Yeah, you are covered to the gills. All we want to do is make sure for longer hair that this cape is a little tucked in, so it's a flatter surface around the neck. So the flatter the surface, the smoother the haircut.
All right.
So I'll let you do that.
Fix this.
Okay, all right.
Am I there?
Start this way.
Yep, you're in. You're in. You're good. Okay.
So
So what's your overall goal?
to look like you,
Oh yeah, right.
or even just like a fraction of the coolness.
Oh, yeah,
So
right.
my goal is sort of kind of. I'll be honest. I kind of don't have a hairstyle. I sort of do that every morning.
Okay.
It's too long.
It's
I was
way
just
too
gonna
long.
make Everything shorter.
Okay. How do you like the length on the sides?
It's a little long.
It's a little long.
Just kind of like.
You clearly are used to doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. So all I want you to do is do the sides on both. Do both sides like you have been doing because this looks good.
Okay.
So you just keep
And-
doing
and can
this.
I do those first?
Do those first,
Okay. I'm going in.
and then I'll walk you through the back.
Yeah,
Okay.
the back, I'm having a hard time. To be honest.
Okay.
Well,
Yep.
While
No.
while we're all getting
That's
started,
okay.
normally I'm
Yes.
the guy on the computer
That is
who
absolutely
is
right.
answering questions.
You keep doing that.
We have
Okay.
a,
I think we're as
a
flat
beloved
as
member of our
Okay.
team named
Perfect.
Natasha.
Now,
We're also going to treat this as like a barbershop, ask me anything. If you have any question related to anything, not just haircut related, but COVID related or canvas related or the last fight that Mackenzie and I got in related,
I would like to know about the last fight.
ask
a little bit. I
anything.
think that's a good place to start.
and Natasha will weed through some questions and
like a
ask us
barbershop
them.
conversation.
Definitely getting a lot of questions, and we can get to this, about the fade, how to fade between using the machine versus scissors, and how to blend
okay.
between the two.
Typically, that just comes down to your proper tool. So if you buy any clipper brand online with an adjustable clipper, they have big plastic guards. So you just want to start at the longest guard. Sometimes those go all the way up to 6, and you just want to cut as far into this is called the parietal ridge, which is right around the curvature of your head. You want to cut straight up past that all the way through with the longest guard, and then slowly work your way down.
And Mackenzie, what device are you using?
Okay. So with long hair,
This is one made for little
this is
kids.
something that actually
So
doesn't
it's-
need to be
I
very
think
difficult.
Specifically for
So
toddlers. Oh,
from
I just got so much hair in your drink.
Top of the ear to top of the ear, I want you to take a
Oh, that's so
section
gross.
and take everything else up and put it on the top of her head.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Does your hair fall in your drink?
Quieter for little kids, so it doesn't hear that much. Yeah, I think it's a little more gentle.
That's super smart. I'm gonna put my drink.
How you doing?
Well, so here's the thing.
Okay.
Good job.
Make sure someone said you look like Princess Leia.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So I've just been
Princess
kind of doing
Leia, I'll
this,
take
right?
it.
So
Princess
it's like I try to get some
That's what we
hair,
were going for, right?
and then I just kind of go like this, like
Yep.
neat,
Okay.
neat, neat. Is there anything you'd recommend? With
Don't
that
don't go higher than the curvature of your head.
move? Which is like
So
right
so
here.
right up in this area right there. So you're just
Got
you're
it.
just wanting to go above the ear
All right.
and then go straight back.
Above the ear,
Because
straight back.
right now what you are rocking is a beautiful 80s mullet, and we're just going
Yes.
to try and refine that so you don't have
All
much
the
more of
people
that.
in my life who love me would love it if we could fix the 80s mullet.
Okay.
There's
I
a few
like-
people in my life who
I like
love
how
me
you're-
less, who are hoping that I've missed that opportunity to take that off.
I love how you're going scissor over comb all the way all the way
I
back.
feel like it's old school. Is this old school?
Yeah, it is.
I feel like this is authentic.
I'm going to hire you.
I don't wanna.
Next
I'm
week.
not doing clippers.
Next week.
I'm full on.
Yeah.
I like the sound of the scissors.
It
I
feels
like the
good,
comb.
looks good.
I'm getting a question about how to cut long hair as a woman on yourself. How to cut your own hair as a
Okay,
woman.
you're going to want to divide your head in a couple different sections. Typically, you want to create some sort of your guideline or your baseline of what your length is going to be. So I would recommend from the top of your ear to the top of your ear in the back, and I would pull that over your shoulders. I'd separate it evenly in the middle and pull it over your shoulders and just cut everything that you can see at the length that you want. And I would then take another section from above your temple to your crown, pull that down and do the same thing until you found the guide that you want. When it comes to cutting layers, that becomes a whole different strategy. That you're going to have to kind of pick and torque your hand and your head up to kind of get the angle.
Do you
that
even
want.
attempt a layer at home?
That's a very dangerous thing to do.
Okay.
I would not recommend it. I mean, I can coach you through it, but I would not recommend it.
Yeah, but say COVID goes like a while longer, and you really just want to layer, because you've got time to grow it out if you make a mistake,
You do,
right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I
let's
think
be
we're going
honest.
to be seeing a lot of
We're quarantined.
a lot of buzz cuts, and we're going to be seeing a lot of bobs running around here.
And on
Yes, you can,
on
and you're
Zoom,
gonna-
they only see the front of your face anyway.
It's so true.
You
You're
know
going to
what
do
I'm
the
saying?
same
It's not like
thing,
walk away.
but you're just going to go a little bit lower. The
With the
same
shorter one.
with the next step down. So if you have whatever that guard is, you're going to flip it around and use that next guard, and you're just going to go just below that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a
So
question.
you're just doing horseshoe, like a horseshoe. You're going just below the next horseshoe.
Okay.
Got a question for Brian and Mark. What is the thing that you argue about the most?
Do we argue? Mackenzie would know this probably better than we would. Actually, Amanda and Alicia would know that better than we would.
Oh.
It's a great question. Some part of me thinks we argue maybe less. Like Natasha, you're one of our newest members of our team.
Of the management team, yeah.
Do we argue less? I think most people think we fight more than we actually do.
No, there are far more concessions on a regular basis.
Yeah, I think we generally get along, but the time I think when we have the most tension, I'm more of a realist and Mark is more of a dreamer.
That is for sure.
And I think both those things are really important in a company.
Except when I'm dreaming, I really don't want to know what you think is real life. I just want to
Yeah, so
We
I have
just
to be
gotta
careful not to
brainstorm some
always
stuff out.
rain on his parade, but sometimes his parade needs to be rained out quickly. And so there's often I get exhausted by
Is
Mark's
there any
crazy vision.
So now what I want you to do? is I
And
want you
because I just want him
rotate your
to, I've already
hands
cut to the end of the story and I know it's
Try to
not
get under,
possible.
like
But at the
that.
same time, Mark believes
And then I want
things
you
are
to reach
possible that I
over
would never
this
give a
way
chance
and
to.
cut above
And so
that
it's
way.
a good yin yang. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Brian, that's a great answer, but Jesse just gave me a great trick for cutting
Oh, Jesse,
the back.
teach us. What do you,
Well,
what'd you just teach Mark?
there we go. It's
Like
just
that.
it's just an angle situation.
Angle. I'm right-handed, cutting on the left side of the back.
You're almost at this point
Dark
because
side of
how low you are.
Yeah.
I think we need to get rid of the comb. I need
And
to.
just,
Yep.
and I'm just gonna.
And
Wow.
no, what you're gonna do is
It's like
you're gonna
climbing without
use
a
this.
rope.
You're gonna use that. Yep, your
Yeah.
hand as a comb.
Okay.
And you're just gonna feel, and you're just gonna go all the way over like this, and feel the top of your finger there.
No way.
And you're just gonna trim
No
along.
way.
See, feel that?
Yes.
You're just gonna cut all of that
what
stuff.
I feel is that that's my finger.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna cut into your finger.
All right.
You're cutting.
What you're saying is put the scissors on my finger and then just move them slightly
Yeah.
off of my finger.
Yep.
All right. This is
There you go. There you
this is
go.
the last time I ever used these fingers.
No, you're
I feel
good.
like I'm not cutting hair, Jesse. I feel like what if I go this way?
There you go. There you go. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I can do this.
Whatever you can do.
Oh yeah.
Got it?
Yeah. Is that
Okay.
working?
Yep.
just kinda blind. I
You know,
can't even
you
see
know
the
what
hair
else you
I'm
could do?
cutting right now.
You
Yeah.
can also do this.
Oh yeah.
Feel it that
Oh,
way.
so much more comfortable.
Right?
I'm gonna get into this.
And actually do this. Put your head down,
Okay.
and then you can just relax your neck and
Okay.
just grab your, yep,
Okay.
grab your hair and then just go ahead and trim it. You're
I'm looking for hair.
up above.
I'm looking for hair right there.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, that
Found
was a
it.
lot of hair.
Wait, I have a question. So I missed it earlier. When you cut
This is working.
long hair,
Yeah.
do you always pin it up like she's doing?
Yeah, it's easier to control. Because if you try tackling all of this hair at once, you're just going to get lost, and you're going to end up with something beautiful and asymmetrical. It's just going to
asymmetrical.
happen.
Sometimes
Cool, right?
beauty is asymmetrical.
That's right. That's right. But I don't think today that's what we were going for.
Jesse, I've got some specific hair questions.
Okay.
First, though, someone said this is way better than the debates.
And you're just going to go and trim that down. Or you can do this. You can grab
Second.
everything
That's not
to a
saying
point
anything,
right
is
there.
it? I don't know if that's saying
the best
anything.
thing to do. Grab
I
everything
hope
to a
Pence
point
is doing
and just
so
cut
bad.
it just like
Sorry.
that. Oh yeah, he was getting trashed.
Of course.
Just like that.
Kristen is cutting her husband's hair and has an 8. Should she go down to a 7 or down to a 6?
She should
6.
go. She
Let's
should
vote.
She should go. Are they adjustable clippers?
Kristen, are they adjustable? We're waiting to hear.
Okay. If they're adjustable, go to a 6 and open them up all the way because that's close to a 7 and it allows you to kind of blend yourself back down. Okay.
I go to
You
the
can go to the
next-
next one.
Okay.
Yes. And at this point, you're going to go straight down. How much shorter are you planning on taking this?
I want to go to a 3.
Okay.
That's what I tell the barber. normally.
Okay.
Which one? is that?
I have no idea. I have
Mine
no
don't-
idea.
mine don't have numbers.
Regardless, it's going to be fantastic. I would say 6 is probably where we want to be, at 6 millimeters. And so at that point, your main focus
Yeah.
is going to be from the top of the ear
Yeah.
to the temple. You're going to clean sideburn up,
Okay.
and then you're going to clean
all
this stuff up, and then you're going to go straight across the nape like that. Does that make
So
sense?
much hair.
So you're going
It
to
just came off my
Yep.
head.
Well, you're going to do the same rotation,
Yeah.
but you're going to go from basically middle of the ear to middle of the ear. So it's
Okay.
going to that's going to be one.
And then this is.
We're going to
address this.
Don't worry about the top.
we're going to address that with that big monster comb you got.
We're getting requests on more women's hair recommendations.
Okay, go for it.
When cutting women's hair, should it be dry or damp?
It depends on your texture.
Repeat the question.
If regardless of the texture, it either needs to be all wet or completely dry. I think doing a half and half is never gonna work out for you because if it is half wet, when it does dry, some of it's gonna shrink up and some of it's not, so it's gonna totally be uneven. It depends on if you plan on texturizing your hair as well. So if you plan on doing any slide cutting with whatever kitchen shears you have, that on wet hair is much better than on dry hair. Yeah. Okay, so you have trimmed that, right?
Yeah.
So then what I would do is your next section, which let's go from temple all the way around the head in a big horseshoe again, and we'll pull all that stuff down, and we'll just leave the top of her head all tied up.
Okay.
Jesse, am
Yeah.
I trying to get hair in between these fingers
You
or
could
these
do,
fingers? Or like both?
you could just grab, you could take these 2 fingers right here and just grab hair.
Okay.
And-
I
and
feel
leave the
I feel
rest
like
of your
I'm coming
palm
in when I can't see.
And leave the rest of your palm on your head. So you're just
Palm on the
almost,
head, and
almost
just
just, yep,
between these two.
yep,
like-
just
like-
grab those
like
2
scissor
fingers.
I call them.
Rather than kind of having
Got
all
it.
your fingers
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
confusing me a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
is
Yeah,
that
feels
better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you just kind of keep cutting at that length, and that'll be even.
Mark, that looks good.
No way. Wait, you're
It's
saying
getting
I
it.
just keep doing this?
Yep, you just keep going.
And it's just gonna work.
It's gonna work.
Jesse,
I'm going
Dan
to
loves
trust you.
home haircuts. They've been a great bonding moment for society. Having said that, how do you feel about people going back into your shops?
I feel great about it. I mean, the salon, the barbershop is such a community place for people to come and to share experiences with one another. It's one of the only industries where you still get that personal connection with one another. And at Rudy's, we take every step that we possibly can to be as safe for all of our clients and staff to come to. So we take that super serious. So I would love to see anybody come into a Rudy's, you know? Okay, how are we doing? That is looking so good. So good. You also have it blended into his beard, which is also,
Just luck.
yeah, good.
Some call it
Okay.
a beard, so thank you.
So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your guard off.
Okay.
And your comb is going to become your guard.
Okay.
Okay, so big teeth,
Okay.
that big spine thing at the bottom,
Yeah.
you're going to rest it on his head and you're going to rotate it to a 90 degrees.
Okay.
And whatever comes up, you're going to cut off.
Okay,
And you're going to
perfect.
go straight up to the round of the head at 90 degrees until you run out of hair.
Oh.
Can I show you this?
Yes.
So in like that,
Yep.
cut it. In like that,
All
cut
of
it.
that?
In like that, cut it. In like that, cut it. And you're just going to keep going until you run out of hair.
Okay.
Okay? And you're going to do that there and go up, there, and you're just going to walk all the way up.
Great. Thank you.
Mackenzie, this might be a question for you. Tips for cutting toddler hair, how to get them to hold still.
Okay.
I'm gonna get.
I set
All that?
them
Let-
in
we'll
a
get
high
to that.
chair.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Okay, don't
With
don't
a
get
lollipop.
distracted.
Yeah, don't worry about
Stay-
that.
I need to
So
stay-
you just keep
And then
focusing
he
on
stays
that.
still.
There's more hair.
Because
There's
the
more.
lollipop takes a long time.
How old is your son?
He will be 3 at the end of November. And he does really well with it. It's more my lack of skills that's the problem.
I have a question about a bang trim on a woman. Any good method that keeps someone from looking like a 5th grader?
Do you have things already?
I would assume yes.
Okay. So depending on the style of bangs that you have, if you have short bangs that are above your eyebrows, you can section those bangs out, and you can pull everything to the middle part of in between your eyes, just above your eyebrows, and you can bring everything together and take one snip, and you'll give you that perfect kind of curtain bang. For any side swept bang, so if you have, let's say, a part on your left side and everything goes to your right, you are going to take a part on your right side and you're going to pull everything to the point where you want the shortest part, and you're going to cut that, and everything will drag, and you'll have a sweeping bang moving the other direction. Opposite for a right part.
I'm getting some follow-up questions on slide cutting and a horseshoe. They have no idea what it means and would love your guidance.
A horseshoe section is just something that goes all the way around the head, starts on one side, ends on the other. It's just an easy way to kind of separate the head so you're not working with so much product at once. Or so much hair at once.
What's a slide cut?
A slide, that was a horseshoe, right? A slide cut is just something that you would do to remove weight. So, example, I want to take some weight right here. I'm going to use some shears, and I'm going to insert it in, and I'm going to slowly slide cut it down to remove some weight to kind of break up the ends. So it gives me a little texture.
Is that an advanced move that you don't recommend for the home barber?
You know what? If we're already here, we're already here, right?
I kind of went in right there.
That's
a little
okay.
bit.
So as long as we keep grabbing the comb and going at a horizontal here,
Okay.
we'll be able to kind of cut everything. If we go in like that, we could end up gouging and creating the Seahawks logo.
I mean, gouging isn't the word I was hoping you would use.
There's just a
How we
little
doing?
gouge.
I gotta be honest, my hands were getting tired, so I switched to over here.
Okay,
I feel like I should have done some warm-up calisthenics.
that's
before.
okay. I think you got it.
I was just sort of like doing the easy stuff I could see.
So,
I've basically just been cutting hair that I can't see for the last 15 minutes.
yeah, and I've realized that you're right-handed because all of this is cut and nothing on the left side is cut.
Got it.
So you got
Should I
like this. So you got like this mohawk that comes here, and then it just kind of tails off behind the ear,
You're
which
saying
is
that like that's not cool.
it's cool.
It's good.
It's cool.
So you're saying
It's
like,
cool.
so right here I need to work on.
Yeah. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn your head over
Okay.
and down,
Okay.
so it makes it easier for
Okay.
you.
Right
And you're just
here.
gonna grab your hair here,
Like
and then this is gonna come all the way over the back.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. It's just, you just
Let's see.
want me to keep
If
going.
I was cutting my hair, I would try to bend over as far as I could just to kind of do this motion. Does that make sense? So if I tip my head all the way over, then I can kind of grab
Oh, yeah,
everything
yeah. I see.
and do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be here. Then you guys keep going. Fine hair.
How you feel?
Chunk of this
That big
guy.
chunk? Well, just grab that chunk. Just grab the chunk and cut it.
Done.
Yeah, just grab the chunk and cut it.
How comfortable does that make you feel?
Yeah. Well, it's
Great.
it's gonna make it even.
Then I
Totally gonna make
It's gonna
it.
help, I promise.
Okay. So this is looking fantastic.
That's so kind.
McKenzie.
It is.
Well,
It is.
feels like a little heavy right
That's okay.
So there is a question
So-
specifically about blending between the side and the top.
Yep.
Can you address that?
Yep, we're going to address that right now.
Awesome.
Do you want to grab, let's get this water bottle, and let's now, you want to do any clipper work on dry hair, because if you do it on wet hair, it's going to clump up and it's not going to be even.
So I'm done with this.
You're done with, unless you want to clean up the edges all the way around, which the nice thing about that is it's not going to cut them. So you can just, it won't cut you, sir. You can just literally just line it up
Okay.
and go around the ear,
Some
down.
will cut you.
Some will, yeah. Yep. Yep.
It's funny, it's kind of hard to
good.
Yep.
know.
We're good.
And then just a little bit. Yep, there you go. And then just around the ear, just like that. How you doing?
We're good. We're
Yeah.
good. Just
You got your knuckle.
I got a little knuckle, but it's still there. I mean, the good news is that it's still there.
Oh.
I mean, here's the thing. I keep putting it on my knuckle to find the
Yeah,
knuckle, and then
okay.
I keep sort of, you know.
Okay,
But
right there.
my spirits are high, Jesse.
Yeah.
Like, I feel,
Well, I feel like I failed you.
No, no.
I have
no.
you over. I
I
have
was
you over
gonna-
here, just kind of
No. It's
cutting all
definitely-
willy nilly.
It's not you, it's me. But
Okay,
if
there
I
you go.
just keep going up here, because
Yeah.
if I cut this too short, it sticks.
No, that's
Like a-
actually good.
like a-
Let's focus on the top now.
Okay.
Yeah. So now you want a little bit of length that's going to help kind of push this over,
A
right?
little bit.
Okay.
Put
So
some product in there.
let's just kind of grab wherever you push it to the left.
It depends. Like odd days, I go over here and I make it up every time.
Okay.
We don't have
So then let's do this. Let's act like today we're going to push it to the left,
Okay.
and we're going to pull everything over, and you're just going to trim this.
You want
and-
me to cut
Yep.
cut this right here?
Yep. And then you're just going to trim that. So put your hands in there.
There's no rush.
No, it's just a little.
Act like you're going to. Yep.
Just
Like that. I'm gonna cut that right there.
Yeah,
Kamala,
that's
did
right.
Kamala Harris win yet?
So now I'm at this point where she has all these layers
Okay.
going on. How do you attempt trimming layers that are already formed?
Well, the easiest thing to do is, because we're dealing with a round head, to make things fall evenly, if we just were to pull everything from basically the round of the head, crown up, and pull everything straight up, and trim everything. When it fell down, it would fall in natural, have a natural fall, and we wouldn't leave any sort of weight line. Because sometimes if you go too short on layers, we can create a weight line.
Okay.
Now,
So you're saying to trim while it's up?
you're gonna pull everything up.
Okay.
You're gonna pull everything up. And you're gonna, if you, previous haircut will kind of show you. Right there, if you just cut a straight line right there, you can give her perfect layers. So you're just
Gonna
gonna
be
pull
perfect.
that stuff up right there,
Alright.
and you're just gonna go ahead and cut. Yeah,
Against my,
yeah,
okay.
right there.
Wow, that's a lot of hair.
Wow,
coming
it's a
off.
lot of hair. I gotta
Wow,
make it straight.
What?
It's not that
Right,
much.
it's not a lot.
It's not that much.
I'm just
It's
sort
like
of
3 inches.
like,
Is that
I
not a
feel
lot?
like there's just too much hair back here.
That's good.
I mean,
Right,
do I
no,
have to
we're
be
cutting hair.
discriminate back here, or can I just sort of mow it down?
You can mow it down.
All right.
Yeah.
It's just so much hair.
Okay.
I think you need to
No.
spray me down.
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
It's just still a
Jesse,
lot.
do you have any tips for thinning short hair, masking areas that are worse than others?
For thinning hair,
Yes.
I'd say for thinning hair, wearing it shorter is better. I would say for cutting it, you're gonna wanna cut something blunt, like blunt with no texture, which using these tools that we have here today is gonna leave you a blunt texture. Rather than kind of point cutting into it or using a razor of some sort, which is gonna
I mean, what if I?
be more of a texture thing. So I would just cut everything as uniform as you possibly can. I think would be the best thing. Okay, here we are.
Yeah,
And you have,
this,
and your,
these. Oh, you want scissors?
now scissors.
Thinning?
No, just normal scissors.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna show you just one time. You can see all that weight right there, right? If you stand behind it, you can see where that's getting.
Yeah.
So you're gonna find your guide just below it, right there, and you're just gonna rotate that comb all the way out like that and just cut a straight line.
Okay.
But you're gonna wanna, right at this part of the head, you're not gonna wanna follow head shape. You're gonna wanna go straight out from that, in that
When do you
direction,
stop here?
until you run out of hair.
Okay.
As long as you run out of hair, you're
Okay.
fine.
Okay, so she specifically, well, first, what do you think?
I think that looks really good.
That's great.
I think it looks really good. I think the only thing I would do at this point is I would find where that layer falls,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's a little bit of a gap there. So I would then pull that out and I would use my shears and I'd cut down like that.
Okay.
And that blends out any of the layers.
Beautiful. And then she'll do straight across bangs.
Okay?
So that's what she's looking
Yeah.
for.
Can I make this shorter right here? It's
Um,
shorter, right? Does it want to be long?
You don't want to cut.
I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to cut that any
What
shorter.
Cut it! Cut it!
Nothing.
No-
Got it.
What about
nothing.
this? What about like all? I feel like this is just
Well, here, just put your hands back here and just kind of
Good.
trim it. Yeah, right there.
okay.
Yeah.
You trust me? No, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Better.
No, I'll put my hands there.
I don't trust me, so
Okay.
I don't feel like you should for any particular reason. But if I just kind of like,
Yeah, sometimes when we look in the mirror, it makes it really difficult, right?
Yeah.
So do this. I know this is gonna sound crazy.
Yeah.
Put your hands in your hair.
and just
No,
don't-
no, no.
Oh, no.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
And now just feel where the scissors are, and just trim.
You literally just told me to use the force.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
It would be helpful to me
Yeah.
while I'm doing this with my eyes closed. You just whispered,
Use the force.
use the force.
Yeah, just
It is easier with your eyes closed.
it is because when you
Absolutely.
stare at yourself in the mirror, it's like you're seeing reverse, and that's when knuckles get lost.
Yeah, well, and I've been there this evening already once. So it's just, no, it's way easier with that.
So much easier. Just close your
All
eyes.
right.
All right,
Like
Jesse,
this?
how
Yeah.
can
Who
you,
needs a mirror?
Huh?
Look at the growth pattern. So comb it as it's going to naturally lay. So it's
This
gonna.
part is always a little bit.
Okay, so
like-
we're gonna grow it. We're gonna just comb it in its natural.
Okay.
Anything in the back, in the crown area, cowlicks, we want to grow it or comb it in the way it naturally wants to lay before we start cutting it.
I feel like I got a few back there.
And then you just do the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, question.
Jesse, Joan and Eric would like to know how to cut around a cowlick on men's hair to keep it from sticking straight up.
Leave more length. Leave more length. The shorter you take it, the more it's gonna pop. So wherever it is around that's making the length that it is that keeps it laying down, keep it there.
That's what I just did, right? Isn't
Yep.
that the cowlick?
That's the cowlick, but we also left length there so it lays
Yeah.
down.
Great.
Yep. And then you just kind of keep walking around the
Okay.
side of his head. See, you have it so easy because it's kind of free form. You just get to
Yeah.
kind of like pick things
length.
up and grab things and look at it and trim it.
For real.
How you doing?
I'm going, I gotta be honest.
You're going,
I'm
you're.
rogue.
You are
Like,
going.
when I went like this, it looked like there was a big tuft of hair.
Well, no, it's because you cut a hole in your head.
You know what that
It's a
is?
difference, yeah. There's a difference
This is
between
the hole.
Yeah.
You
There's a
cut a
difference
hole?
between a tuft and a.
Do you think
and a
that
hole.
I could cut everything else shorter to make up for the
Do you
hole?
want clippers?
No, I feel like that's
No,
I'm
okay.
old school.
Okay, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
It's
So
cool.
with clippers, you're saying we could just even it out.
Yeah, we can even it out.
I feel like I could go shorter around the hole. Is this the hole right here?
Yep, that's a hole. Just leave it alone.
Okay.
Just
Let
leave it alone.
Just let it be.
Just
Okay.
just leave it alone. I'd say the only thing right now that you'd want to focus on
Good, help me.
is
Look at that part.
We'll say.
this side's looking good.
Okay.
This is the side that's looking a little choppy.
What do we do with that right there?
So, hand,
Hand right there.
you're gonna go straight up
Okay.
and right there,
Right
and
there.
you're just gonna cut right there.
Alright, here we go. Coming in. Look out, Knuckles.
Watch out, knuckles.
Watch out.
And then you're gonna go straight back, do the same thing again. It's just about kind of consistency. You're just kind of creating that shape all the way back.
Alright.
One more time.
What about this down here?
Yep, there you go.
Right? It didn't
Yep.
seem like it
Yep.
belonged there.
Yep.
So go with your gut, you're saying.
Yep.
I see something that's just, it's like,
If
what's
it's
that?
not feeling right, cut it.
Like you feel, like, what about this? Don't you think that should go?
That should go.
That should go.
Yeah.
We're on.
I didn't realize that those scissors that you have are so sharp.
Do you know, I got these scissors off the internet, and they were not expensive. I think I paid like $40 for 3 different kids packs, and we used the rest in the kitchen. They just kind of work.
Yeah,
This is my ninth
I-
home haircut.
I think
Do you
you're
sharpen
good.
your scissors? Is that a thing?
Do I sharpen them?
Yeah.
Yeah, about every 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
Okay, so right now you have a little bit of a ducktail here, but that's kind of normal. So you're gonna put your head down,
Okay.
and you're gonna act like you're gonna cut a straight line just across your neck. But the first
This-
thing you're gonna
This
do,
once again is using the force. You want me to
yep,
close my
yep,
eyes?
you're gonna take your hand and you're gonna come straight down
Okay.
into where you run. Okay, right there, and you're
Yep.
gonna use this
Yep.
and come straight back behind and
I'm gonna
cut.
go straight across.
Go ahead, cut.
This is that
Cut,
line.
cut,
No way.
cut.
I'm cutting.
Cut,
No way.
cut,
Are you
cut.
sure?
Yep,
Where's my thumb?
right there. That's okay. You didn't cut it. Cut
feel
again.
that.
Cut again. Cut again.
All right. I'm cutting.
Okay.
Faster cutting
Okay.
action.
Okay.
Mark,
Chop it
there's
down.
been a comment on the YouTube channel that you need to come sit in my chair for repairs.
There.
Oh, for sure I
Now
do.
freehand it. Now
Okay.
freehand it.
Okay.
Okay.
Just kind of. But how do I know where the line is?
I got you.
Okay.
You're just gonna go ahead and go. There you go.
There is a question about how do you keep a straight level line while cutting your own hair?
In
Host
the
the show with Jesse.
in the back, you're gonna want to use your fingers. So typically, how I would do things is I would run my hand down my neck, and then I would cut, and then I would turn my head and follow that line and cut, and then turn my head and follow that line and cut.
I feel like this part is not cool.
Okay, I need a little. This. Am I still cutting up to this?
Well, now we're getting into
Or
some
I'm at
good
the
length.
top.
So now we can downsize into another comb. Do you have another comb?
I do.
Okay,
I mean, a little comb.
that's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna section from the crown all the way right to the top, like right in the recession. We call that the recession.
Okay.
Been
Okay.
there.
Brian, you have a
You're gonna,
recession.
okay? You're gonna go ahead and.
Isn't that a receding hair? Is that like a receding
No, everybody
hairline?
has a recession. It
Is that
just
from his
depends.
age?
And then doing
You
this.
sound
No.
shady.
Just
Does all this normally when styling? Does everything go that direction?
yes, right?
Yes.
Everything goes this direction.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless it
You mean
shouldn't
versus like
do-
parting it in the middle? Or?
Well, is there? Do you always feel that there's more length here? That there's always a kind of a disconnect. If it falls this way in the morning, do you feel like you have some overhang?
Yeah, I don't like it falling that way at all.
But does it? But is there an overhang? Is this hair longer than this short part
No.
in throat hair? That's all connected.
No, it's all connected.
Okay.
It all just goes this way.
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna make a section from crown to recession. Yeah. And pull everything this way. Yeah.
Okay. too far?
No,
No?
it's fine.
Okay.
And you are going to put your fingers in here,
Okay.
and this is your guide right there. So you're just going to cut that.
Not
You're going
with
to pull
this.
that. You're just well. You can make a section if you wanted to, and do that.
Great.
You just want to get your fingers in there, right there, and cut that, and then do it again and again. You're just going to
How are
put
you
that
picking that length?
because that's where we've already trimmed. This is our bottom guide right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great.
Can you do a hand?
I feel like I'm ready for bangs.
You're ready
Unless
for
you say
bangs?
otherwise, I'll listen to you, but.
Okay, let's section out all of the bangs first. You go ahead and section out everything that you feel would be the bangs. You're still going rogue over here.
Trying to get all of this stuff.
Okay. So you're gonna turn your hand this way,
Okay.
and you're just gonna
Just come down.
you're gonna cut right behind your ear.
Okay.
Let's see. Remember Jedi Force.
Yes.
Close your eyes.
No way.
Close your eyes.
Oh boy.
Okay, now go. Go.
Oh yes. Okay.
See that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can do the same thing on the other side.
Over here.
Yep. It's easier, right?
Yeah, it's easier.
Yep. And so you get exactly where you want to be.
Okay.
You're feeling your scissors are on the
So
head
I'm looking where I want to be with
Yep.
with my
in the mirror,
in the
and then you
mirror.
close
And
your
then
eyes
Close my eyes and,
and
go.
you just cut.
Let's see. I know. Go ahead. You can tell me I've made a huge mistake.
No.
Kind of
I
like
mean-
that. I'm using the force. I'll be honest. I don't know how good I am with the force.
Good.
Someone commented, Mark, that you're using the force because you have Princess Leia sitting next to you.
Is that why it's easier? I knew.
With your hair in front, it's a little more Chewbacca.
I don't know. I kind of like it. Are you gonna cut those into bangs?
No.
happening.
You're
No
doing
way.
bangs
We're doing
tonight?
bangs
Wait,
tonight.
I didn't know.
Oh.
First the canvas tattoo, and now the bangs. That's just like a big week.
We-
Those of you who
we
don't
love
know,
surprises. Great.
no one would.
Good.
Yeah?
I would do the same thing minus this on that side. So
Okay.
I would just skip over the back
Hey,
area.
that's so good to know. You
And then-
skip the cowlick. You leave the
Yeah.
cowlick
Skip it.
long.
Skip
I
it.
always wonder
And then just go ahead and do the same thing here and cut all that.
to the front.
All the way, yeah, you're gonna walk it all the way forward.
Great.
Anything that's, remember we sectioned that out, right? So you're only gonna cut half of that, really.
This part I'm cutting.
You're-
This is
That's just all gonna be left alone,
okay.
right? So in doing that, what that's doing is creating a guide for us that we'll get to.
Okay.
So just follow that all the way around.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
So bangs typically are corner of the eyebrow to corner of the eyebrow.
Wait, how does she
I
know
wanna-
how
are you
long
gonna
to
cut
do
the
it right
bangs?
now?
Well, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, she's still.
Do we get to
separating.
ask
We're still
Alicia? I feel
separating.
like she should have a say in this or
I think
something.
I said it's okay. She chose yes.
No, but do you choose the length of the bangs, or
Oh,
are
yeah,
bangs
yeah.
always a particular length?
No, you
let-
choose
yeah,
the length.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can be different lengths.
Are you
And
gonna-
I usually do mine a little longer, little past my eyebrow,
A little
like-
past the eyebrow.
like lower than my eyebrow, into
Okay.
my eyes a little.
Didn't you have bangs when you first started working here?
Yeah.
That's right.
So-
when we hired you, you had bangs.
So that length of hair represents your time at Cameron's restaurant. It's a beautiful representation. I'd like to see it that
I like it. You're
way.
just freehanding.
You know, it's something. It's like telling time with the calendar or
it's
with
good.
bangs.
Just a little
bit.
Two different
Yeah,
ways.
just-
of
You know,
telling time.
what's
just
what's
reach
fun
in there
about
and grab
both Amanda and
Sometimes
Alicia
it's hard to use the scissors.
is they were hired
pick
as
things
Really
up.
kitchen
hard.
servers.
Yeah.
Well, then I feel like
Yeah.
I have to put this as
Yeah.
home
And work their
now.
way
Sometimes
all the
it's
way up
easier just to
into
kind of just
leading
pick
the
it up
way.
and
I feel like
freehand
two
it.
people were talking
Okay.
about
Okay,
that.
so now that you've done this,
Okay.
you should have with these two little pieces right here a guide right in the middle. So you
Okay.
take these two corners and you bring everything up, and you can
Great.
you just now
Kinda snazzy
boop
for
cut
that.
that off,
Okay.
and then you do the same thing. You move forward and boop cut that off. Now if you want that longer, boop. When you get to the front, you pull it back.
Okay.
So you find a point, so basically at the top of the head,
Okay.
right when it starts to round down,
Yeah.
if you want longer hair in the front, you pull everything back to that spot where it starts to round down, and that gives you longer hair.
Great.
Mark, is it true that every manager at Camel's Restaurant, of which there's about 18, I think, except for Brady, our chef, and Crystal, our pastry
You have
chef,
these scissors.
was hired at the bottom rung? as the entry level hourly employee, including you and me.
JR, service director, was hired as an expediter.
Yeah, that's true.
Kyle,
Which was still an hourly
as a
employee.
barista. Oh yes, no. Let's see where they all hired. Yes, no. I think that
No one was hired as a
Do you leave
manager.
some longer?
Nelson
No,
came
you
in
wanna
as a
keep it
kitchen server,
as-
worked his way all the way.
Yeah.
You want to keep it
Yeah,
All the sous chefs,
Ish.
yeah.
ish, but just
Yeah.
make sure
Yeah.
you get everything.
It's an incredible team.
including these two
Kinda
who got our dining
diffuses the
room.
line a little bit,
Yeah.
right? So it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
Worked your way up.
Dining room,
Okay.
a la Barbershop, since we're actually.
No, I miss
in
our
the
dining room.
Yeah, I know, I do too. But they ran the cut.
I was asked today in an interview with a newspaper
I went a little too far.
No.
how
you
it
just don't want-
feels
just
to
don't
go
want-
back to being a dining room again.
Yeah. What'd you say? I was surprised to find you doing the interview with the newspaper just off in the corner of the restaurant, like you were having some.
Cowlicks,
Like,
yeah.
It's like in an important newspaper too.
Yeah, it's
Because normally you do the interview.
You made like an executive
You
decision.
were very busy.
Because
It's been a busy day.
Yeah.
cowlick
been
a-
goes
I
up, goes in a
said-
different direction, right? So the
Um,
more tension you
She
put on
said,
that,
"You're gonna
it's
go back to being a normal
spread.
restaurant again." And I said, "Well, we were never really a normal restaurant
No tension.
because we did some crazy things, but
And you're gonna
it's
pull
true that we've
everything
gotten to
to
open
one line, and you're just gonna.
10 different business models
Okay, so at her eyeballs here.
Yeah.
in 1 year, whereas
You can take
in the last previous 70 years, we've only done one.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty fun to exercise a different set of
See
muscles
how
than
it
you and I
comes
have
up
ever
to
been able to do
scalp
before,
like that?
Yeah.
which is create new businesses,
It's been super
like a college.
Like a
You just put
college.
it right there.
It's also been super hard.
But I do miss it.
So you
I do
kind
miss
of
the
comb
restaurant.
it with your fingers, and you pull it
We were
off
talking the
spot,
other day about what it would be
and then
like
you
to
release it up, and then you cut it.
just open the dining room floor again and see everybody. I mean, even like the emotional, the emotions behind getting dressed up in suits and then like welcoming people in and seeing the space as a dining
Yeah.
room again, I think will be not a little thing for us
Yeah.
and for the staff, and just to see. I don't know. I'm presuming we get to the place where you can hug people again, but like
Yeah,
just
we'll
to,
get there.
to
We-
welcome guests in that way. I think it's just going to be. I think
We've
it's gonna
all, our staff has all been in a strict quarantine all together.
Cut that to explain that one more time.
We
be the
we
Kenneth
miss it.
bubble.
We miss it.
Yeah,
We miss our bubble, outside our bubble.
outside the bubble.
Yeah.
The larger Seattle bubble.
You guys
Can we
ready
talk
to-
bangs? Yeah,
we're
let's
gonna-
do
we're
it. I
gonna
feel like
cut
this is
some
a big
bangs.
moment. This is
bangs.
sort of like the ultimate.
Okay, bangs are a big thing, and women, you can do this at home yourself as long as you comb out what you actually want. Typically, that's from about corner of the eyebrow to corner of the eyebrow. Now, depending on how full you want your bangs, how dense you want your bangs, you kind of bring that up depending. We're not going too deep. We're kind of doing a medium bang. So the thing you have to think about is if you have any sort of cowlicks or growth areas there. And because what you're going to do is you're going to pull everything down to one spot, and you're going to smooth that out wherever you want them, and then release with tension. So you release that right on the cowlick, and then you go ahead and cut it. So typically, sometimes it's easier to start longer than going shorter. So if I start middle of the nose, tip of the nose, and then release to the middle of the nose, it gives me a little bit of wiggle room to kind of
Jesse,
trim.
say it again. Why release? Like, what's that move doing?
Because we have a cowlick right here on the right side. So if I pull tension all the way down and cut that with tension, this is going to spring up, and I'm going to get this kind of V-shaped bang, where that's really not what we're trying to do. We're trying to do something that's straight across.
Got it. So in order to get this straight across, you take the pressure off, let
You
the hair
take-
do what it wants to do,
Yep.
make your cut.
Yep. So I'm going to pull that down, grab the line where I want, and then I'm just going to release a little bit, and then I can cut the line.
Cool. Amanda, are you ready for that?
I better be. I'm about to do it. It's gonna be great. That's what you tell
Do you have any
yourself.
tips on cutting curly hair? Should it be wet or dry, and where on the curl do you cut?
Typically on the curl, every curl pattern's a little bit different. Bigger curl, well, I'd say you want to take almost kind of the same approach. I would always kind of cut down, because cutting up, you have the ability to cut more texture into the hair, creating more volume. So typically, everything that kind of goes down on the hair is going to help push the hair down, because you're going to end up cutting shorter pieces that end up sliding into longer pieces. And typically, shorter hair pushes longer hair in whatever direction it wants to go. So in cutting curly hair, cutting everything down is going to at least kind of help to kind of keep that down. You might want to take smaller horseshoe sections up the head so you have a little bit more control over it. That might be the easiest thing to do. Yeah.
Are you gonna do it?
I am. I just
Did
remember
it.
we can always take more hair away.
Because those bangs feel a little long.
Put back on. We have to be careful here.
But the great thing about this is that you can now see exactly the shape that you've kind of done, right? So if this was almost to where you want it to be, then you could start kind of grabbing hair like this and slide cutting it down to kind of to just slowly detail the length of where you want. Obviously we have more weight here, so you're going to have to do that a little bit more than on this side.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit shorter. Just a little fluffy.
Well, look at it from the front. How do you feel? You feel like it's still... Does that
I mean,
look
you
like
have
your
to sleep
husband?
with them.
Do you want to take me away?
Yeah. I think it's a tiny bit long.
Okay, so where is it long for you?
I don't know. Maybe
Is
just
it
here, just this a
Okay,
little.
so then just grab
Because
these.
that grows out so fast that
so
then
then-
it's.
So then grab these pieces and
Yeah.
just cut that stuff down right like that. Because if you like how this is laying, then don't disrupt that. Just grab this stuff
The end.
and kind of cut that stuff down. Now you don't want to cut it too short there because then all of a sudden he's going to have something like kind of that with all this length. So just a little bit. Just kind of pick a little bit of this corner up and just kind of trim a little bit.
Taking weight off.
You're taking some length too.
Okay.
Yeah. So just a little bit at a time.
You know, I'm wondering.
You are by far
Do you think
the
You
masterpiece.
think I can? You think I can thin my eyebrows? Is this how this happens?
Yeah, but you're gonna want to look at this one though. You're not gonna want to go Jedi and close your eyes.
Let's see.
Scissors towards the eyeballs.
Scissors towards the eyeballs. What's the eyebrow?
You know what you know what the easiest thing to do for eyebrows?
What's that? Yeah.
For all gentlemen,
Yeah.
your beard trimmer, longest
Oh,
setting,
really?
just take it straight down.
No
now you
way.
have to yes. Now you have to make sure that you have a guard on there.
Because
or
otherwise
it's
your
gonna
eyebrow's coming off.
yeah.
And so if you accidentally take one eyebrow off, is it standard practice just take the other one off and
Yes.
just be like,
Yeah.
this is how I roll
This is
right
this
now.
is what I'm doing today.
Okay, cool.
This week.
Does hair have a speed? Like, so if we're gonna make a mistake, can we tell the people watching, it's okay, hair grows at this rate, and so judging on your mistake, this is how long it'll take to.
I mean, depending on how short you're going. I mean, if it's a maintenance cut and you're just kind of keeping things kind of trimmed, which is what we've
Which
been
is
doing
kinda
with
what
you,
yeah, just sort of
right?
keeping it
I mean,
in the zone.
you have about 3 to 4 weeks
Okay.
before it's like, I'm back to normal.
So that's only like 88 Zoom calls.
That's 88 Zoom
So
calls.
we kind of measure things.
But you're fine. But you'll be fine.
Totally good.
Yeah.
And
We're
you can
getting
always
we're
just-
getting into the fall season.
I can always just be like, hey, welcome Zoom.
Yeah.
I'm over here today. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna let you see the hole that I cut.
Speaking of mistakes, people wanna know, what's the worst haircut mistake you've ever made?
Oh, good question.
Worst haircut mistake I've ever made.
Or the group, just your profession.
And you've trained so many. So I mean, I want the worst one you've
Okay,
ever made, and
okay.
also the
All
one
right.
you're most responsible for, because you're the trainer of all these stylists, right?
No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Early in my career, I had the opportunity to work alongside a lot of really talented stylists. And one of these talented stylists did this maneuver that I thought was so cool. He took a blow dryer on women's hair and used it to kind of blow the hair up, and then in the other hand with his shears went in and like detailed the haircut, right?
While the hair was blowing.
While it was blowing.
Like-
Just like
That's
it was like
force.
it's like wow.
Yeah.
So without asking him what he did, I chose to do this on a client. A paying client. I was like, I'm gonna do this. And afterwards he walked up to me and said, what the F were you thinking? And I was like, I saw that move, man.
just
I
had to
had to
do
do the
it, yeah.
move. He's like, we need a class. So me and him sat down, we did a little class, and I understood exactly
Does
what
the
he was
move
doing.
have a name, or did he make it up?
No, it was. I don't. I actually to this day don't know if the move had a name,
Okay.
but it was just so cool to watch, and I felt bad because I never saw that woman again.
Hey, I have a question. First of all, if you're out there, we can have a little reconciliation right now. So you can call in, dial this number. Jesse's here. I'm kidding. What about tipping? So in restaurants, tipping's a big deal, and we're talking a lot about like tipping going away, or the price of service being included in the meal, or a standard service charge. You guys are in the same vein, right? Where it's a really important piece of what a stylist makes. Is that a discussion at all in the world of hair, where it would just be included, or would that ever happen? Like, what's sort of the inside take on tipping right now? Like, help us tip well. Like, help us know how to do this.
You know, I think tipping is such a personal thing, you know, because I think it really comes down to the client experience. If you can provide a great client experience and it exceeds the value of what you're charging them, then tip away. I think for our staff, I mean, you know, they're doing $40, $50 haircuts every half an hour to an hour, and so that extra 10 or 15 bucks really kind of it plays into things.
And that is a piece of their income. Like, they're counting on it.
Well, yeah, and honestly, during these times, people have been so generous. I mean, people are doubling and tripling their gratuity, and because they're so happy that they have an opportunity to go somewhere that it is safe, and they can kind of catch up, and it's somewhat normal.
And we're all
you know?
relationally starved anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
it's
feels
like
good.
Another human being.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Especially the service of having your haircut. How the bangs?
Thanks.
The bangs are looking good. We didn't go too short on the cowlick. Just in these corners right here, I'm just going to suggest picking up and slide cutting those down just to kind of take a little bit of the weight. More on that side than on that side.
All right. Okay,
Good,
so
Alicia.
I felt like it looked good, but then he brushes it over the way he does, and that feels kind of poofy.
Right here.
Yeah.
Great. So then pull all of this down right here to where it feels poofy and
Chop it?
just point cut into it. Don't cut that straight line. Cut into it like this to soften it.
Great. All the way across that line. Great.
Right in this corner right there. Just
Perfect.
straight into it.
Okay,
Perfect.
perfect.
Brian, you're a good looking dude.
Thanks,
with
Mark.
this
Hey, what
haircut.
color is Brian's hair? This is a debate in our home.
Oh, yeah.
I have an answer to it, but
Is my hair midnight brown with silver or black with silver?
We should say starry sky,
No.
and then no one knows how starry. Like, I would give you starry sky with
No,
strong
the dark part.
Milky Way.
The dark part.
Oh, the dark part.
I'm so curious what your answer is.
I would say you are for sure brown.
Yes!
No!
He is not black.
I've been
He
saying
is
this
not.
for years!
He is not black pepper.
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Wow.
He's got a lot. He's got some salt.
Oh, I'm all about the salt, but
He
but
is
salt and pepper.
brown.
It's fine dining after all.
Yes.
He's brown. Yeah. Black.
Yes.
Black is. I mean.
Sure.
so different.
Yeah.
You're brown.
I'm brown.
Someone just said, "Do not mock the woman with the scissors."
That's true. That's true.
Thank you.
You have black hair, sir. You have black hair. Yeah. Let's look at these bangs.
Woo! Look at them.
They're happening.
So now at this point, you're just gonna pull down and make sure there's no little long,
Like this one right here?
like anything that's right there. Just go ahead and just clean that stuff up.
Okay.
It's great.
And then just the same on the other side. You just don't want to cut that because that is a part
Oh,
of the
you're right.
underside.
You're
That
right.
is
Don't
for
cut
ear.
that.
Just don't
Yeah.
cut that.
Don't
it's
cut
an
that.
ear.
Yeah.
No, just gonna need that.
Okay.
All right. So
Mark,
now.
your hair looks passable.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, the front.
Oh, do you want to see my other side? You want to see my
Oh, I
bleeding
see.
eye?
I see your hole. Your gouge.
It's right there. Yeah, I've got a gouge.
That's fine.
I
It looks
definitely-
good.
But the thing
Oh.
with the gouge,
Oh, okay.
is you can fluff up the gouge.
Time for the big reveal.
Go with.
Okay, that's time.
Oh, I'm so
Stop
itchy.
being a perfectionist.
Oh,
So the
yeah.
poncho-
How do you fight the itch?
Well, if you had.
Take your clothes off.
All
Jump
right.
in the shower?
All right. All
There
right.
you go.
Both of us.
Yes.
Right.
There you go.
You're itchy, right? Aren't you itchy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel good. Okay.
You look amazing.
Alicia, you look good.
You guys are.
I think you look so good.
Hold on a second.
Great.
We did it. And they've done it. They've actually stayed with us an hour, and
Far too
that's
long.
ridiculously
Yeah.
amazing. We just want to say, first of all, we want to say thank you to Jesse
Oh, thank
Taylor,
you guys.
from
Thank you,
Rudy,
Thank you guys. Thank you
for
guys.
everyone
So
who
much
was
fun.
out there doing
Yeah.
that and making that happen in such a difficult time. Please thank your crew and your staff and for
We
the
will.
role you're playing in our city. It's awesome, and we couldn't be more honored to have you on.
Thank you.
Thanks
I appreciate you guys.
for-
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so
And
much.
we'll be back tomorrow with more classes. So
See you then.
see you then. Stay tuned.